All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, Brandon Golden, and the debut of the Brandon Golden Show coming up a few days from now. So we'll be working in Brandon to talk some sports with him throughout our shows here on Pirate Radio Live. Brandon, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. How you doing?
Absolutely, and excited for your first guest coming up on Monday on the Brandon Golden Show, Clayton McCullough, manager of the Miami Marlins, and I've known Clayton a long time from his playing days here, even recreation ball back in the day, and then through high school and ECU, and what he's done now in Major League Baseball. But pretty cool, one of our own, a Pitt County guy, one of our Eastern Carolina guys. Is now one of the very few managers in pro baseball.
Yeah, he's the man. He's outstanding. He's obviously really good at what he does from a coaching standpoint and managerial side of things. But he's an unbelievable person. And when I was with the Dodgers, like on the minor league side, having the chance to go talk to him on the big league side, and just knowing that he was a Pirate and knowing that he was, like you said, Cliff, like he's one of us, and just the way he treated me early on in my days of being a strength coach in professional baseball, which was unfamiliar to me at the time. So yeah, I'm super thankful for Clayton and really excited for everybody to hear this show coming up.
Yeah, and I've always wondered exactly, and it sounds like minimizing it maybe, but what does a manager do? Because I mean, you've got your pitching coach and your hitting coach and all these instructors and people you can go to. Manager fills out a lineup card, he makes decisions, but also the managing of the clubhouse, I guess, the managing of egos, the managing of all that stuff. What makes Clayton good for that area of it, Brandon?
Yeah, I think it comes down to the relationship side of things, and you know, obviously, Norby's with them, and I'm training Norby this offseason, just like talking with him and what the difference is between guys that he's played for in the past to Clayton, and obviously he just wants to get to know people. He wants to interact with them and meet them where they're at. And I think to your point, Clip, of like what does the manager do is they do all the things that people can't see that keeps they're the glue. They keep everything together, and they make sure that the players, the staff, that everybody involved in the organization, top to bottom, has what they need to go be successful to ultimately help the major league team win as many games as possible.
And were you with the Dodgers with Dave Roberts?
So yes, I was in the minor leagues though. So I
Gotcha.
was not in the big leagues, but yes, I was in the minor leagues then. Yep.
Well, talking to Mully and the Dodgers from the outside, all right, they're buying all this talent and doing all this stuff, but this is 2 years in a row where they have been, the fundamentally and grittier team in the World Series. And when I was talking to Mully, I was like, you think about Dave Roberts. He was a guy that would come in and run bases and steal the base and play hard. And even though they are some of the biggest stars and highest paid guys in the sport and in all the sports, they play hard, play the right way. I love when teams kind of take over how their manager played. They take over that part of the game. And Dave Roberts was a gritty, gutty guy, and you can see that in the Dodgers.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And I've watched it, when I was there and in spring training, and you watch the guys and what they do and how they go about their business. And us being on the minor league side, we would go over there and do some stuff with some of the force plates and different some of the testing stuff on the major league side. But I mean, look at what Mookie Betts has done, and in being a Gold Glover and everything that he's done in right field, to arguably being one of the best shortstops in the game.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, well, that's just Mookie. Like, no, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, and getting into the field early, and these guys are pulled in so many different directions. I mean, you guys see it at the collegiate level, and a lot of people listening see it at the collegiate and even professional level. But just all the directions that these guys are getting pulled in, and you got Freddie Freeman, you got Mookie Betts, you have Max Muncy, all these guys out taking reps every single day to make sure that if they do get the opportunity to play for the World Series, like to your point, they're going to be fundamentally sound, and they're going to do what they need to do, because that's just how they go about their business.
Brandon, we've had you on, talked about Ghost Lab and athletic training and that part of it. Let's go back before that. What was your playing days like? I'm sure you played baseball before you got into this part of it. So how
Yeah,
long, did you play?
funny enough, I did not. So actually played lacrosse growing up. So
Wow.
I played lacrosse growing up. I played baseball when I was young.
Right.
And people ask me all the time. It's funny, like you mentioned, the facility and the lab and everything. When Ryder left and went to Kentucky, like I picked up a couple of his lessons, and I'm like, hey, look, guys, like I'm a strength coach. I am not a baseball coach. I can help with very certain things at a very young age. But one of the things that cracks me up is when people are like, "Hey, man, like show me your slider grip or your changeup grip." Or I'm like, "Well, I don't personally own one of those, but like I can show you some that, you know, Dan Roselle taught me, or Corey Muscara, or some of the best pitching minds that I've been around in my career." And honestly, Cliff, I think that's why I've been able to be successful is because I was forced to learn things, and because I didn't have that experience playing.
Wow.
You look at lacrosse and things like that from a rotational side of things, like getting the foot in the ground and being athletic. Like there's some similarities there, but yeah, man, like my career just went towards baseball, and the sweatshirt I got on USA Baseball, I got to work with them twice and got to be there in 2015 with arguably, in my opinion, one of the best college baseball coaches of all time, and Ed Blankmeyer. And yeah, it's been a fun career, man. But just really understanding the performance side of things, the way guys move and how they express force, and how that translates to ball flight and exit velocity, and being able to pull the ball or hit it backside, like whatever the case may be. Like it's been a pretty fun,
Brandon Golden joining us. Brandon, I'm doing what I do because I wanted to be involved in sports in some way because I was such a big fan and knew I wasn't good enough to do anything athletically beyond like ninth grade, but always wanted to be involved in it one way or the other. Were you the same where you got into what you do because your love of sports, or did you want to be just a regular trainer, a doctor? Like what? How did you fall into your line of work eventually?
Yeah, great question. So, like I said, played lacrosse in high school. Went to East Carolina, played club lacrosse there. Was actually coach J.H. Rose for a little bit. I want to say it was their first, maybe even second year doing some stuff there.
Cool.
Coached Pitt County youth lacrosse. I coached an 11U team there when I was a junior in college. And always knew, like I thought athletic training, like sports medicine, was kind of what I wanted to do, and did a year or so of that there at East Carolina, and quickly figured out that wasn't necessarily for me. And when I graduated college and moved back to High Point, I thought I wanted to be a respiratory therapist. My dad had cancer, and it seemed like I'm like, well, cool, I can help. I can help people. I knew I wanted to help people, and in what form or fashion I wasn't exactly sure. And interned at High Point Hospital for about 4 to 6 months, and again, quickly figured out that that wasn't necessarily right for me and where I was in my journey, and got with High Point University and interned with them for a year and a half, and then went to Mississippi State and came back, was at Wake, St. John's, Charleston Southern, East Carolina, the Dodgers, and now here. So it's been a pretty fun ride. But I guess to answer your question, I always knew that I wanted to help people, and I wanted to develop relationships and build things, and that's kind of where I'm at now as an entrepreneur.
Brandon Golden joining us. Brandon, I don't know, kind of a weird question here. I don't know if it's a valid question, and you probably don't have an answer for it. But like, for football, it seems like us fans know the letters ACL, and I don't know if we fully understand what we're saying when there's an ACL injury, but it pops up so much, and it's kind of a shame we don't even really think about the injury and the recovery. We're just like, all right, so when's he coming back? And
Right.
almost like they're robots instead of humans. And I hate that we treat it that way, but we do at times. But with all sports, are there more injuries today than there were? Are they just being reported now, and guys would not disclose, and teams wouldn't disclose what the injuries were? It just seems like that there are rampant injuries. I heard even John Gruden talking about it a couple of weeks ago. Like, we got to get guys out of the tub and onto the field. There's so many injuries now. But is that just taking care of the players more, or I don't know? Is there even an epidemic with this? Is it overblown?
Yeah. I mean, I think athletes are definitely producing more force and doing things at the highest level that we've ever seen, obviously in humanity. But to that point, like maybe it's just getting reported more. Maybe there's just more focus on it. There's more money involved in it, so it has people's attention.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, I think, in my opinion, and it could be a biased one, but I think one of the best ways to stay healthy and stay ready is to train at a high level, and having the right people in your corner, and making sure that, again, you understand what the demands are of the sport that you're playing, and you're going above and beyond in the off season and during the season, and having the right people in your corner to make sure you're ready to go do what the game demands of you.
Yeah, and good answer. Obviously, luck involved in that too, and bad luck, and unfortunately, we see that quite a bit as well. Brandon Golden joining us. Got the Brandon Golden Show, episode 1 dropping on Monday with Clayton McCullough, and looking forward to hearing that. Brandon, as you talk to people and your Rolodex, what kind of stuff you going to be talking about on the Brandon Golden Show?
Yeah, so I mean, I think one of the biggest things is experiences and just giving the masses the understanding of what it takes to either play at the highest level, manage at the highest level, coach at the highest level, and really just the journey that it takes to get there. You know, like to your point a minute ago, like talking about different things from like a fan standpoint. Like a lot of us look, it's like, oh, Clayton's in the big leagues. He was with the Dodgers for 10 years and he's won a World Series and he's doing some really awesome stuff. But like most people don't understand what it takes to get there and how that looks and just the raw humanity of it all. So I think that's a big thing, but also just training methodologies. When we talk to strength and conditioning coaches, what it looks like from the playing side of things, like what do players go through to get to the big leagues, and just different things there. So just really want to give people an inside look of what it takes to be elite in whatever form or fashion we're talking with our guests on.
Awesome, man. And Brandon, just to kind of get to know you a little bit, this weekend you've got college football Saturday, NFL Sunday. There's some top 25 college basketball on. Hornets play tonight, NBA. Hurricanes play tonight. There's a new Claire Danes show on Netflix. What are you most likely to be watching if you turn something on or following this weekend?
Yeah. I'll obviously try to watch the Pirates play at some point in time this weekend. This weekend's gonna be crazy, Clip. We got Easton Dally getting married this weekend.
All
And
right.
Jill married, so got that tonight. The welcome dinners tonight, and then the weddings tomorrow, and then Sunday going down to Myrtle Beach for my father-in-law's retirement ceremony. So I won't be watching as much sports as I probably want to, but there's going to be a lot of family time and a lot of really cool things going on.
Yes, sir. All right. You got a full weekend, so that sounds
Full
good.
one. Oh yeah.
Brandon, we will be catching up with you quite a bit here on Pirate Radio Live. So good to talk with you today. Really looking forward to the Clayton McCullough show. And have we mentioned his other guest? Yeah, we've mentioned that. Episode 2, Connor Norby. So we'll get some Miami Marlins flair for the first 2 episodes.
We're going to get it rolling. Absolutely. It should be fun. It'll be a good one.
Thank you, Brandon. See you, man.
Absolutely. See ya.